Hey y'all, it's your unfriendly three-headed conjurer, Mama Noyela, and we are back with stage 6 of our spiritual awakening, which is the stage of reality check. So y'all already know what time it is. Let's get into it. Now, the thing about stage 6 of your spiritual awakening and having your reality check is literally the point where you sit down with yourself, for yourself, by yourself, with yourself, to actually figure out if certain emotions and things are actually necessary in certain points in times and situations. This is also where a lot of the time, as much as you are learning about yourself, you're also learning about your environment as well. So, the dedication to yourself and healing and keeping your place in space definitely becomes a priority now. Also, in stage 6, this is where you also tend to start adapting different healing techniques. You'll start trying to figure out, okay, do I like water meditation? Do I like music and frequencies? Do I like to go tear shit up? Things of that nature. And your perception of everything around you has deepened and widened. You don't have that one track mind anymore. Situations and circumstances aren't always gray, as you would like to call them before, where you were trying to make excuses for certain situations and circumstances, people's behavior, even your own behavior. Your reality check phase is where you start making your standpoint on what you believe. This is also the place where you won't compromise your principles. You won't compromise the journey that you've already been on from stages 1 through 5. There is no moving, there is no budging, and it's not necessarily you becoming stubborn, but this is sort of you becoming in alignment with who you are, healing aspects of who you were, and integrating them into the person and the being that you are becoming. This is also the point in time where people will ask our opinions, and we will have to give a very unbiased opinion, or sometimes when we give a message or when we're delivering our points of views or how we have learned from a different perspective, which is why in all of my videos or most of my videos I tell you this is from a hoodoo teaching perspective, or this is just from my perspective alone, meaning this ain't the only version of reality. This is just what I've seen. This is just what I know to be true. That does not mean that somebody else's life or perspective is not true. It just hasn't happened to me. And you will also find yourself digging deep into a lot of future based work, things that you want to, do for yourself in the future, goals you want to establish. This is where you may want to start doing a dream board, a vision board, or you want to establish a routine and start getting yourself into some actual healthier routines and living habits. Not only that, for those of us that have sort of dealt with trauma on a very deeper level, this is where therapy does come into play. I know a lot of us in the melanated community have a stigma about going to get help, but that is the very thing that most of us actually need to do. You may actually need some medication to help you regulate and rebalance some of your physical aspects because you are so overloaded genetically, because you have so many different bloodlines and ancestors in your DNA. It's not like they all sat down and talked about their mental illnesses or their physical illnesses before somebody decided to climb on top of somebody else. That's not how that worked. So, with that being said, stage 6 is that phase of reality check. Are you willing to go as deep to get the help that you need to make sure that the reality that you are trying to build and refocus on actually aligns with who you are and what you are trying to become? So, that is actually the breakdown of stage 6. It's not really that deep. It's just you learning to stand on the principles of who you are. And the biggest part of stage 6 is who you become without all the trauma. Who are you without your pain? Who are you without your suffering? Who are you without this regurgitated backstory? That's something to think about. But y'all know my motto. Namaste, y'all, but now I'm going to stay the hell over here. Holla.